I'm here to talk about Mexico and some of the good things this country has to offer to all the people that wants a good place to live. Also, I'm going to talk about the delicious Mexican food and some of the touristic places you might like for your next vacation. Mexico is a beautiful country that is full of life and good things in all the territory. An example of this is Yucatan because this is an awesome state where you can find a lot of interesting things like extreme sports or visit its beaches. But this is not all. Their cities are very known all around the world for being of all types. You can find from little towns conformed of ethnical groups to big business centers. You will like Guanajuato. The reason is that there is a lot of culture and traditions that are very still followed and very famous in the state, like the Cervantino Festival that is very known for its big parties. Also, this place still keeps the remains of the conquest of Mexico, being almost all the things in the downtown are made of stones. In there, those structures have already more than 400 years since they were built by the indigenous population of that period of history. These are not the only places that you can visit to be entertained. You can also visit Michoacan with his monarch butterfly sanctuary that makes all people have one of the most beautiful sights in the known world because it's a unique event where you can see one of the rarest species of butterflies covering the floor, the trees, and even the sky for being hundreds of them that in only one place making a landscape that you will never forget. You can also visit San Jose del Cabo that is located in Baja California South, which is considered one of the most beautiful beaches in all the country for its relaxing atmosphere and its clear water. But here the relaxing atmosphere doesn't last long because for being a precious beach is object of several celebrations, making this place a complete party. Places to have in mind when visiting Mexico. Mexico City is a great place to visit because there is a lot of things to do, like to visit the Anthropology Museum, where you can learn about the Mexican culture before the Spaniards' arrival, and history during the Viceroyalty in a very complete way because there you will encounter experienced guides who explain in a very detailed way, taking mostly about the beginnings of the Mexican culture, passing from Olmecs to Mexicas. There is a lot of important sites that you must visit in this city, like the Inverse Aquarium, that is a big place where you can see a lot of different animal species from the ocean or even the inhospitable place like the South Pole. Some of those creatures are the penguins and some species of shark that are living there, but those aren't the only animals. You can find fishes of all colors and sizes, crabs, starfishes, seahorses, jellyfishes, and many, many more. Also, another important place in Mexico City can be the Castle of Chapultepec, for being one of the most important cultural places in the city, because this building was erected long ago and it was the subject of several events occurred in important days that changed Mexico. You can still find a lot of interesting places around the city if you wander a bit, like the National Auditorium where a lot of important leisure events are presented, or you could go to the Metropolitan Cathedral that is a very important place to pray. Another great place to visit is Baja California because its cities are really different from the ones that are in the center of the country. Some of the changes you can see is that it's more likely to find people who talk English in the streets because this state is near USA and that makes the learning of this language easier. So if you are a foreigner, you should stop by and try to talk with some people so you can learn a bit more of Mexico. Also, some of the most practiced activities in this place are the extreme ones, which are never like in the nature because the terrain and position makes it a very diverse site and full of options. Food. Last but not least, an important and recognized thing about Mexico is the food. The Mexican food is one of the most extensive and healthy, And not counting that is very delicious because the ancient cultures were excellent chefs. In those times, combining all they got like plants, insects, fruits, or even meat with daily food, they created several new dishes that are very healthy. Sometime later, after the Mexican conquest, new dishes appear because the Spaniards bring a lot of different ingredients, making this way more food, like the pozole or mole, which are very delicious, but also the quesadillas with huitlacoche, the roast armadillo, the cochinita pibil, the chili, or the famous tacos are Mexican food. And I suggest to try all the typical food in Mexico because their flavor is unique. To conclude, I would like to say that Mexico is a beautiful country and is for many reasons and is one of the most biodiverse and diverse places in all the world. From food to animals, and all this because its climate, geographical position, its huge culture, and rich history make this possible. It's true that this country lacks many things, but we must not allow these things to damage the image of the country, because there are more good things than bad, making a bit unfair that some people think of Mexico as a dangerous place to live, where only bad people lives. This is all. This is all for now. Thanks for listening to this TED Talk.